Hey folks, it's Tommy Frugal Prepper. Happy Saturday morning. It's about 5 in the morning. I have some work to do, but in order for me to log into the website, the customer has to give me his 6-digit code they texted to his phone, and he's in bed. So I'm not doing that right now. I want to talk a little bit about Credova. So about a year ago, I bought the upper receiver and bolt carrier group and everything for my AR9 SBR that I built. And I was kind of tight on money at the time, and they had a deal on this website that I bought it from to use this thing called Credova. You paid a little more for it, but they gave you 12 easy monthly payments, and they let you pay it off early and avoid some of the fees, some of the exorbitant fees or whatever. And I thought, I'll just do this, pay a couple months, and I'll probably pay it off. Well, I never ended up paying it off. I just paid the $65 monthly payments for a year because, I didn't even know how to log in and go pay it. I just didn't pay attention. So the fees came out like clockwork. Boom, 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 boom. $65 every time. I never had any problems, any negative accounts that didn't process the payment or anything. They always took their fee every month. And I knew my last payment was going to be in February, but I wasn't really paying attention to when they cleared. They just cleared. And so in February, I get this email from this place called Montgomery Financial, and they're saying I owe them money and I need to click this link to approve payment or something. I'm like, I don't owe this place any money. So about a little over a year ago, my channel got hijacked. It got stolen, and all of my so they hijacked my web browser. They cloned it with some malware. They took over my channel, ran Elon Musk videos, got my channel suspended. I had 2 weeks of straightening that out with YouTube support on Instagram. That's the only way you can contact YouTube support is Instagram. But a couple weeks later, I did finally get it to work, and I got everything back. So they also took all of my saved browser passwords, all of my saved passwords that were in that browser, which was most of them, and they published them out on the dark web with my name and everything. So now all of my information and passwords is out on the dark web, right? When I realized my YouTube channel got hacked, I immediately went out and went through every single online website that I had, and I changed the password with a password manager, and I made them all a different password that's like 20 some characters long, random characters. So there's nobody that steals that information that's going to get anything from me, but I have people try all the time, and they try so much that they lock out my accounts and I have to unlock them. I set up two-factor authentication on most of the stuff that supports it. I did everything to make it more secure. But I also have people that email me all the time. They're like, we know what kind of porn you've been looking at, and we're going to tell the world and cost you your job, and if you don't pay us money. You see, we have access to your email, so we'll know if you got this message. Your password is blah blah blah, and it's my old password, right? And it's all these attempts to get money out of me, and I just delete them and put them on the spam list. So I thought this Montgomery Financial was the same thing. So I get text messages from them. I finally blocked the text messages. I get calls on my alternate number, and like one of the hold messages, because I hit one to talk to a member service representative, but I didn't have much time to hold, and it was making me hold too long, but it said it was Credova. I'm like, oh, it's Credova. Okay. So I log into Credova, and it says I owe a payment, and it didn't process, and it's going to try it again in March, and I don't know. So I hit pay, and it just gives me a spinning circle with processing, but it never processes the payment. I try putting checking accounts and routing numbers, different checking accounts and routing numbers, different debit cards, different credit cards, everything I had in there. I tried Linux, Windows, Mac OS. I tried internet at home, internet at work. It doesn't work, right? It just says processing and spins indefinitely. The website's broke. So I finally call them back, and I get through to a customer service representative in about 10 to 15 minutes. And he says, "Oh, can I have your account number?" So I log into Credova, I give him my account number. He's like, "Oh, that's like a such and such account number. We can't use those." I'm like, "Well, okay, I don't know what my account number is, but you guys are calling me. This is my Credova account number. And apparently you have something to do with Credova." He's like, "Oh, yes, yes." He asked for my name and looks about my account, and it seems like it is legitimate. So Montgomery Financial owns or financially supports or buys the loans from Credova. I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know why my last payment didn't go through. There's plenty of money. If it was my credit card, there's a $21,000 limit, and I'm not using anywhere near that much. And if it's a checking account, it comes out of there. If it's my debit card, it's tied to my checking account. I don't know why it didn't go. "Oh, well, we don't. We sent you an email, and you have to approve the last payment." I'm like, "Really? Like, you took the other 11 payments, but I have to approve the last one? What's the deal?" And so my payment was $65. It was going to be $79 now with late fees. So they got some extra fees out of me. I'm like, "Whatever. Just take the money and quit bugging me." And he's like, "Well, you should have responded to the email." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get 1,000 emails every day, not 1,000, but, I get a bunch of emails every day with people saying I owe money. I delete those. They're fake. You sent me an email from a company I hadn't heard of. As far as I know, I did business with Credova. On the back end, it's you guys. But you didn't say in your email you were Credova. I didn't know. I added you to my spam block list and deleted your email. And, that's normally what I do. There's people trying to steal my money every day. It's normal now. And he's like, "Oh, well, we would have called you and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, you did call me, but it was from a company I never heard of. Yeah, you didn't call me with the person that explained that you're Credova. You called me with some automatic message to hit a number and pay." Again, I get calls like that every day. I delete them. They're not real. We live in a world of scams. It's important that you identify your Credova, right? And I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, you guys do this so that people do ignore the email, and then they have to pay you this additional late fee to get their account closed. I am done doing business with Credova. I'm leaving you guys on my block list, and I'm never doing this again. This is a huge mistake. And so he started trying to ask me all of my information. "Well, what's another number to get a hold of you? What's your place of employment? What's this? What's that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not giving you all that information. I'm making my payment and paying you guys off. If you would like money, you'll take it now. If you want to ask me questions about where I work, then I'm not answering those, Because I'm not going to have you guys start calling my work, telling me I owe you more money, or something. My work is my work. It's sacred. I don't give that to bill collectors." And he did process my payment, and he said, "Well, this will go through in 10 to 15 days, and we'll send you a receipt." I'm like, 10 to 15 days? Why can't you just email me the receipt when we're off the phone call? What the heck? But I did look. It cleared my account. And it's supposed to be the last payment. So if you use Credova, be aware that they have this scam running on the last payment with the email so that they can charge you some additional late fees. Don't use Credova. Just don't. If you have any other choice, avoid Credova. It is a ripoff. It is a scam. and it is crazy. Um, it is predatory lending, and I should have just put it on a credit card at the time. But I was on the check in the checkout, and I was like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, well, let's try that." I ended up paying a couple $100 extra in fees, and that's my own fault. But don't do the stupid thing that I did and do something else. I have used other payment systems, like I just bought some clothes from DXL, and they had a thing, and I looked it over real carefully, and it did not charge you any extra fees and allowed you to make 4 payments. I think it's something special that DXL, they have an agreement with them so they can sell more clothes probably, and I did that. Like, if it doesn't cost me any extra, why not make 4 easy payments? I can keep my money longer and use it longer before I have to give it away, and I get my product now. But Credova is not that way. They charge a lot of extra money, like predatory amounts of money. So, my dumbness there, I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. So, anyway, I'll talk to you all later. You guys have a good day. Yeah, you guys leave comments down below if you've used any of these, like make a payment, get it now things, and if they've turned out to be a scam or real, or if you've had to pay a lot of extra money. Just leave me a comment. Let me know which ones you've used and what kind of results you had with them. I will talk to you all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.